yoga changes over time. The exercise changes over time. And as you mature, your body changes. And a lot of people say, well, my body's getting old. But what it's doing, you have actually a new body. You don't have that little baby body you used to have, or that little teenage body you used to have. But you are full body, you have a body. And no one really talks to us about the mature body. Everybody's trying to get back in the little body. In this bigger body, ways that you have to address your body. No two ostomates are the same, just like no two individuals are the same. So I find that it's very important to make sure that your instructors know who you are and what your concerns are, whether you're an ostomate or not. When I come into my yoga class, I go around to everybody, oh, do you have any pain I should know about? Did you take a recent fall or anything? Is there anything I should know about? And I go around to each and every person, because each and every one of those people has a little different something that they're addressing. And I want to know what that is, because yoga can help you with whatever it is. And if I have that in mind, I don't come in my classroom with a thought of, well, we're going to do this. No, I'm going to ask you where you are, and we'll take it from there. And that's what people rely on me for, is the experience with exercise. So I don't have a lot of experience with ostomates, but I have a lot of experience with bodies, and we're all the same. We're all the same. And I'm noticing that as I listen to the other presentations, that we're all the same. We have a starting point, we have a middle point, and we have an advanced point. We have the beginners, the intermediates, and the advanced. And I would like to present to you today some exercise for beginners. People are just getting started out. And most of us are just beginning in these brand new bodies, just starting out. Okay. So let's start there. I want to, okay, because they're that simple. And when you start out very simple, you start out in the very beginning stages, that's kind of what I would like to address today. There'll be other opportunities to talk about more advanced movement. But I'd like to start talking just about that very beginning stage of, like we were talking about getting out of the bed, taking those first steps, moving forward in your life. Okay? And exercise does all the things that this beautiful young lady, Beth, was talking about, raising those serotonin levels. The buddy system works. So get together with your friends, set a time when you all can kind of get together and do the exercises together. We'll meet at my house this week, we'll meet at your house next week, we'll have a little brunch afterwards. But make it a social thing, make it fun. And that's why I'm on my feet today. Okay. So let's just play with some of this very basic movement. Core strengthening is very important, and building the muscles that support the organs is very important. Okay. And if you're, I've worked with injury a lot, and when the injury is internal, you can't really use those internal muscles. Organs are muscles too, but you can't really use those internal muscles to get strong. It helps. What I've noticed is it helps to use the external muscles to build and support the internal organs. And so we're building up from the outside in. The abdominal muscles will keep those organs right in those little pockets they fit into. It will help those organs to hold themselves up. It will hold them up so the organs don't stress and cramp when you're trying to move around, move about. Those organs, that's what those abdominal muscles do. They push those organs back into the abdominal cavity where they belong, and they hold them there. And so if you work on those areas, your glutes will help to keep the organs up in the abdominal cavity where they belong. So the external muscles can be very, very helpful in helping the internal muscles to be stronger. Recovery, if you jump in too fast, you don't want to do a lot of fast, brisk movement, especially in the recovery stages. You want to move slowly, mindfully, gently. Okay? And mindfully is a big word here. Focusing on what you're doing and what you're using when you're moving your body is very important. Don't put a lot of weight on your body. A lot of people think getting strong is no pain, no gain. Let's just get busy. Let's pump it up. And this type of thing can cause herniations and ruptures. You know, many teachers who teach exercise, and I've been doing this for over 50 years, and I've seen all rupture because they're going to be the fittest teacher in the business. And they rupture themselves with the weights and the pressing and the pushing. So we want to make sure that we're gentle with ourselves, we're loving with our bodies. Okay? And a lot of the recovery for me was learning how to love myself more and love my body. Because sometimes I would get very angry with my body because it wasn't doing what I wanted to do at the time. Instead of being patient with my body and encouraging my body to do what it can do right now. Just think legs, thighs. Let's say thighs, okay? And you're bringing those thighs together. What's happening? You're not just using that groin muscle. Muscles work in groups. So when you work that groin muscle and that inner thigh, you're feeling your hamstring work a little bit, aren't you? And your glutes working, aren't they? And the top of your thigh, your quadriceps. And as you keep going in, you can almost feel that calf working a little bit. Okay, so you're working all the muscles here in your lower body, especially your core muscles. You're strengthening your lower back. Okay, you're stabilizing your hips and all the joints in your lower body. Now we're going to go out. Just get your mind. Now we're also building the neural connection to all those muscles. So when you call on them, they come right away. Okay, now as we go back to center, you're using the outer part of your thigh to rotate out just to center. Now don't splat, just go to center. And when you get to center, take a breath. As you exhale, just release all the tension in your body, but hold that posture. And you can feel those muscles gently working on their own for you, working for you. Now as you held the posture, you feel those muscles working kind of hard. Okay. Do you think you could do another one? This is what we call a repetition. So we're going to repeat that. We're going to round the lower back a little bit. And we're going to use the groin muscle and the inner thigh to gently bring your thighs together. It's ever so gentle, but your body's working out, isn't it? You can feel those muscles working strong, and that's what's so important. And as that happens, you can feel just kind of pushing the organs upward. Okay. So then those muscles are going to help those organs to stay in place. No pulling on the ostomy, no pulling, just holding it in place. Coming out, outer part of the thigh. Very gently opening the legs, gently back to center. When you get to center, just take a breath. Release all the tension in your body, but don't splat. Hold posture. And feel those muscles work for you. And you have more of an awareness. The bicep, the front of your upper arm. Think about it. Feel it. Pull your shoulders down a little bit, back and down a little bit. You can even feel it more when you do that, can't you? The muscles in your upper body. You feel your chest. You can feel your upper abdominal. Can you feel that? Your middle back. And these long muscles in your back, we call them lats. You feel those muscles working. Look how tall you're standing up. And when you sit up tall like that, look what's happening. When you stretch your spine out, your abdominal muscles just automatically go in under the rib cage and hold those muscles up. That's why this posture doesn't work for anybody. Whether you're an Ostomate or not, it doesn't work. Okay, round your lower back a little bit. Okay, make sure your hips are all the way to the back of your chair. And when you exercise in a chair, you have to continually kind of scoot up in your chair. Because each time you tilt your pelvis, you gotta scoot down a little bit. So make sure you're sitting up tall and then round your lower back. Just a little. Very good. Palms are up. Shoulder blades are together. Rib cage open. Abdominal working. This time when you exhale, pull those shoulders down. Use the front of your upper arm to bend your elbows. Just square them off. Just square them off. And as you square them off, you really feel that working there. Now the back of your upper arm is called your tricep. Take a new breath and think about that tricep. See if you can feel it. We're gonna use the back of your upper arm to roll your palms out and lift your chest when you do that. Because now that rib cage is opening even more and that abdominal's coming in even more. Look at that. Coming in even more. Look at that. That's awesome. You can see how the abdominal's going right under her rib cage. And as you exhale, you're coming back. Bicep. Front of your upper arm. And look what else is happening. That chest is working a little bit, isn't it? Upper abdominal's. Lift your chest. Take a new breath and out you go. Use the back of your upper arm as you go out. And this time, let's go for the third one. Exhaling to come in. Bicep is bringing it in. Very good. Inhale, lift your chest. And out you go. Exhaling right here. Now you feel the back of your upper arm, right? You can feel those lats too, those long muscles down your back. You can feel the mid-trapezius, that muscle in the middle of your back, between your shoulders. And we're going to work those muscles right now. So out you go. Use the back of your upper arm to reach back, 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 back. And that's what we call pulsing, those little short motions like that. Notice how that lat holds your chest up tall, doesn't it? And it makes that abdominal work. And that abdominal is just resting those organs right where they need to be. So you're not just strengthening your external muscles. You are strengthening your internal organs. Very good. Come back. Take a breath before you move. And pulse, pulse, pulse. As you exhale, pulse. Squeeze that bicep. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. You feel the strength in your shoulders, back,